Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo, and I tell you, the countdowns are going down, 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 down. Because let us start from the farthest. Let's start from the farthest. Last week we told it was 172 days to the Tokyo 2020. Right now, we're talking about 165 days. And every 7 days, it is just cutting off, and we are getting closer and closer. And the uncertainty of what is going to happen, of course, the organizers of the game, they are, they are on. They are saying, look, they are working towards. They are not looking on this and saying, no, we are not going to succeed. They are saying, look, all things being equal. That is the economics. It's ceteris paribus. All things being equal, this game will come on. So they are doing that. They believe the games will go on, but then nobody's so sure of how many persons will enter Japan, the qualifiers that they've done, how many team games, how many individual games, the games village, a lot of things need to be sorted out. But like we said, we have 165 days to get those things done. And I tell you, they're already working ahead of time because part of all the infrastructure, we are ready before the COVID-19 that forced everybody to push it for a year. I think exactly a year. And then we talked about from 165 days, we come down to 7 days. The great Ernest Okonkwo said, you can count them on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days to Edo 2020. And last week we were here, when we were here, we brought you the governor. Why he's saying, look, we are ready to host, but then there is no money. There is no money to do that, but we are ready to host. It's not a problem. Just give us money by the federal government. Help us, because we spent a lot. Like we said, there are some perishables. When you buy food stuff, because this game will postpone about 24 hours to 8, and then you have food, you bought things that are supposed to last you for a month. If you buy yam, I don't know how you are going to store them. If you buy gari, if you buy beans, a lot of things that have expiry dates, they are consumables. So basically, those ones will go. Adverts gone. A lot of areas where immediate money would have been spent. So they are looking at the federal government, and then I think there was a response. There was a response from the Minister of Sport that said, okay, we've carried this thing, we've had you, and we've taken it straight to the government. But even in the minister's tweet, which we shall also check, he said, look, also we are taking into consideration this second spike. You understand? The second spike. So government will look at all it to see maybe in the next few days, if the federal government will release money to Edo, so that, yes, Edo 2020 can take place in 2021 starting February the 14th, which is a week from today. But then the other one is just a day from now, less than 24 hours, and then the Australian Open 2021 will definitely start. They've done the ATP Cup. A lot of things have been going on. So basically, we are also going to have that. So those are the countdown. You can't get things from outside. We lost the great Leon Spinks, so we shall look about it. That was the guy that sometimes when pundits tell you this is good, you don't believe them. Because when he fought Muhammad Ali, I cannot remember that date. Yes, February the 15th, 1978. When he fought that fight, nobody gave him a chance. But then he defeated the great Muhammad Ali. The only person to beat Ali, the only time he lost his titles in the ring. Every other time was outside the ring, but that was the only time he lost it in the ring, and he lost it to Leon Spinks. So we'll talk about Leon Spinks. The great Eric also went home. Also went home. Sometimes they go into transition, but then no man lives forever. We are all mortals. So we'll take that, and so we also look at Tokyo. Yes, but Tigress. The Tigress, they came out and their group, man. We'll talk about that. We saw the group, and I tell you, I said, this guy is... So, in Nigeria, I said, this guy means. I mean, for goodness sake, the Tigress, how can we put us there? We are there with USA. We are there with Japan. But then we are there with France. France can be Japan. I mean, so Japanese are the hosts, and they are good. They are in the top 10 in the world. France are number 5 in the world. So, I mean, if you are 5th in the world, it means you are good enough to win it. And don't talk about USA. They've won it in the last 6th edition. They are going for the 7th one. So they've been winning it. It's just they just go there and win it. And that's where you put us. I just hope that, I like the way they teach. After it is not knockout. You can play and then you continue and then start placement. But then they are the Tigress. They fear nobody when they are in the jungle. That is the work of the tiger. So we'll look at that too and bring it to you and look at our chances in that group of death, Group B. At the Olympic Games. So we'll touch on football. Some people are saying they were back, and right now they are back again. You know, you can be back and be back. You can be back to winning ways and back to losing ways. So you are always back. One way or the other, you are back. He also signed. He just, of course, he left Manchester United after that fairy tale 1 year. His dream coming true playing for a childhood club. But he's up there now. He's in the desert. But you know, when you're in the desert, the hotter it is, the more the alert. So basically, we know that, yes, this time he knows that he's counting days, he's 32. How many more years of playing time remaining? But with about, I think, 2.5 years contract that he's giving there. So he should be able to cash in on this and make good. And I tell you, he started with a win just yesterday. But we want to start where we'll start, they're saying our own. But we are not starting here. Obum, I know you're welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, viewers. Yesterday wasn't a thriller in Manila. It was a thriller in Old Trafford. What a match it was.
Yes.
Exhilarating performance till the end, and Everton deservedly getting that point in the end.
Everton always does that. When United, that was, I think, in 2012, when eventually 4-4. When they were, that was why United went to buy Fellaini and came with and then
there was an amazing game yesterday.
Yeah.
Thrilling. As in every team wanted it. It was, you couldn't just blink, you miss a thing.
Yes.
Till the dying minute.
And it ended in a way a lot of people wanted it to end.
Well, I can't. I just watched a good game of football.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about it.
No, I didn't say anything now. Who am I?
Then, when I talk about Arteta, Arsenal fans get on my back, I should leave him alone. It's back to the usual old ways.
Okay, they're back to...
Which big thing consists in the second minute of the game, for crying out loud? I don't think, sincerely speaking, I'm saying this as a pundit, as an Arsenal fan, I don't think Arsenal are going anywhere under Mikel Arteta. See Chelsea, they made a change. Put the emotions aside. Lampard playing for Chelsea, and the results weren't just there. They made a change. Look at what Thomas Tuchel has done with him. The team is playing with purpose and determination. The team is like, they know what they are doing on the pitch. And the man who won the title under a few months of coaching Arsenal, beating Liverpool, beating Man City, beating Manchester United, beating all of them. The Matteo won the title with was it West Brom now, and got relegated that season. He beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final and got relegated. If you ask many West Bromwich Albion fans, if I'm right, the club, they would have wished they lost that match and remained in the Premier League. Okay, see, calm down, that guy. Yeah, calm down. Okay, let us see if it is true, because we want to start the NPFL. We want to start the NPFL. Something good happening right there. Whatever is it? I'm coming to you, Obum. Just leave me alone. I'm coming to you. It's good to see our way draws in the NPFL. Yes. FC Fireback got a draw at Heartland. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, because they are bad travelers. I tell you this. Bad travelers. I know the team, MFM, some season they not went at getting it, but they picked up that draw and it pushed them to 8 points. I'm happy at the trend that at least you get away wins, away draw. Before, in a week, you remember those days? Now, 2 weeks back, there were 3 away wins in the NPFL. So I mean, it's what commendable. We want to know why. Let's see if we can go. Let's see if we can go to Akure and find out why. If Chris is there, Chris Okunowa, he talks for Sunshine Stars. Is Chris there? If Chris is there, so they are the men at the front of the battle. So we're able to know that. Okay, we are still trying to see if we can connect with Chris Okunowa there. So let us come back here and start. Okay, I think Chris is there. Let's say that I'm told is ready for us. Hello, Chris. Still coming up.
Hello.
All right. I can hear your voice. I'm still trying to see your face. Chris, how are you? Is it there? Okay, let's get it corrected. We'll get it rectified. And then, okay. Here it is. How are you, Chris? What's happening to your hand? You are moving it. Is it? We're trying to get it. We'll get it. He's trying to put the technology in place so that we can match the voice and the face and get it. Because right there in Akure, two hot teams are playing today. It will be Sunshine Stars taking on Kwara United. Everything with their own uniqueness in that particular team. I think Sunshine Stars went a few weeks back and got a away win at Jakarta. Kwara United has been this season. Probably the return of somebody has turned them into another team entirely, you know. So, but why we are see if we can get Chris? Can we see if we can look at what the fixtures for today? Yesterday, Enyimba defeated Plateau United by 2-1.
Two giants.
Two giants. Two modern giants.
Yes, and I didn't see the game, but the report we read in the news, it shows that at least there's something working well in the NPFL now. Before now, you score goals and reel it outside. And seeing the trend of NPFL, even though we're now streaming some of them, I saw the distinguished senator, of Ifeanyi FC, watching his team via a tablet. This is a platform, a good platform to start building. We need to get these games on TV. And because of COVID, fans can't get to the stadium, we need to get it back on TV. And getting it back on TV means getting Nigerians more aware of our league. Okay. And getting Nigerians become more aware and being in tune and more conversant with them means that the referees have to up their game, means that the standard will improve at the end of the day.
Exactly.
We are seeing away draws, we are seeing away wins in the league, which we don't see before. Sometimes broadcasting stations get into the stadium, they will not allow them broadcast matches. We all know the underhand tactics that have played about. It's a welcome development. We love what we are seeing in this season. It's amazing. FC Fire, but bad travelers on the road, suddenly going to Heartland, getting a draw in the dying minute.
That is not even, normally sometimes the away team will score first.
Yes, and then the whole team will hit back with 2 penalties or something and win the game. But it's really amazing. Yeah. Whatever they are doing, whatever the administrators are doing, they should keep at it. And we rebuke the Nigerian Referees Association when they make mistakes. We must commend them for bringing equity and fairness to the game. This is what we love to see. If this goes on for long, Nigerian League will be better off for it.
Okay, if it goes on, Nigerian League will be better for it. We are still trying to see if we can get that connection right, and maybe probably from there we'll take on with Nigerian League. But then while we are trying to sort that out and sort out the home front, you started by telling us what is happening what happened right there in Europe, especially in England. You talked about the thrilling 3-3 draw at Old Trafford. And then you also talk about the Aston Villa game. Aston Villa taking out Arsenal and stuff. What do you think? I think at a point they were saying Ozil. What do you think is happening to Arsenal? The match before that one, people talked about the red card. People talked about penalties being awarded against
Villa. What mainly cost Arsenal, because it's been one issue at every given point in time. At some point in Arsenal, the issue of discipline was costing them games. Arsenal have, I think, since Arteta took over, he's had 11 red cards as manager. The highest in that period in the English Premier League is like 3 red cards. I stand to be corrected on that. It shows look at the gap. And the top team shouldn't be having that kind of
do they talk to them? Is it the work of the coach? I don't know. Maybe the team psychologist or whatever.
These are professionals.
Okay, professional. The tackles. You go for the tackles, or you professional fouls and stuff. Because I don't just understand that.
As much as I had issues with the red card David Luiz got in their last game again,
because it wasn't overturned.
It wasn't overturned for some reason. I don't know what. We all saw the report.
Because Arsenal protested, but it wasn't overturned.
Well, that is it. But some of us feel that it's an unjust.
It's soft one.
It's a very soft one. We've seen worse offences, and not in most cases, yellow card was given. So, but the issue with us now is Arteta hasn't been able to galvanize that team. He's had disciplinary problems. He has had creativity problems. And now I don't know if it's a mentality issue. Because yesterday he brought in even Odegaard and Smith. Both of them were trying to... But in as much as Aston Villa locked up their defence yesterday, they refused to allow Arsenal any room. And if teams lock up, you find a way to win games. That's why you find an alternative.
No, I think I've seen something like that. I've seen something like that in Nigerian league. When was that? That should be. It is something. I think it was the semi-final between New Nigerian Bank and Abiola Babes or so. I think so. Semi-final, at the National Stadium, and it was an early goal. And that was okay. And then as at that point in time, Henry Ngosu and Cody were still in New Nigerian Bank. They were up. Just early goal, and that was it.
Even in recent time, Arsenal, before Arsene Wenger took over, they called a 1-0 to the Arsenal. If Arsenal get the first goal, forget it. You are not going to win. You are not going to get any goal.
Yes.
In that game. So you see that. But in recent time, look at teams like Manchester City. Even look at what Manchester City did to Southampton. When they tried to sit back, Manchester United cut their defense into pieces. In the final third, once you can keep your head together, your composure, make the accurate passes in the final third, you will split their defense. The issue here is that I don't know whether it's, like I always say, I don't know Arsenal team, whether it's a mentality issue, whether there are no leaders. And look at this team now. He's trying to do too much with young lads. You need that experience at some point in the team. You need that experience. And Arteta now in that Arsenal team, you can count on very few experienced heads in that team. So these things have a bearing on the general team performance at the end of the day. Look at Aubameyang. Since he signed a new contract, he's a shadow of his former self and all those things. So there are underlying factors that I don't think Arteta has all within his bag to solve them.
Okay. Underlining, and then if a few months back they were down, and then they had that.
Had the resurgence for 5 games.
That surge.
And went back to their...
And then it's back again. Probably there will be another surge. We're all talking about surge and spike. Maybe their own surge will be coming as positives.
When he rains, a pause.
Okay, can we see if it is possible? Let us see the fixtures while we are still trying to sort ourselves out. Is it possible we get them? The results of matches played and then the fixtures.
But if you look at we're still in the EPF, if you look at the league table, it's City's title to lose at this point.
Why?
They are 2 points ahead of Manchester United, having played 2 less games.
Yeah.
And Liverpool...
If they lose to Liverpool today, what happens?
What if they win?
No,
this Liverpool team has had issues with form. They just get into Anfield, beat them there, and go away.
Sometimes, a team might be having a bad run. Mm-hmm. It's also not because they're not playing well. Just like you're talking about, now we're talking about the Aston Villa Arsenal match. Mm-hmm. Aston Villa scored. Arsenal played and played. You can't say they did not play.
Yes.
But if it's not going to be your day, no matter what you do, it's not going to be your day. So sometimes you have this run of good result or bad result, and suddenly just one win, and then it kickstarts. When the season started, Man City was having it rough.
Very, very rough.
They lost to Leicester, they lost to Tottenham, you understand?
They were 13 to 14.
On the log. And then but suddenly you saw them, the man just changed everything, started from the back, stopped conceding, and then started winning
back a certain John Stones.
Are you getting it?
Yes. See, a good manager knows what to do at every given point in time. When City were conceding goals for fun at the beginning of the season, the man looked at his defense and reshuffled it, brought in a certain John Stone that has literally been discarded in the team. And the guy, even not just coming in to fill in the gap, he said scoring goals. From there, he's been able to build and see what he's done. Liverpool, immediately Virgil van Dijk had the issue, and what's the other second player that had issue? They seem to lose focus. They don't seem to get. Even this guy, the fullback, lost form very, very badly. He's become a weak point. Alexander Arnold.
Trent Arnold.
Trent Arnold. Yeah. He's lost that bombing forward and good defensive skills. He's no longer there. His wing is not a weak point now.
Sometimes they say when you have a Midas touch. So when things are going right for you, anything you do, now that they are not getting what they are doing is not. It's not too different from what they were doing before when they were getting the result. Of course, you don't know about that. Okay, they had that crisis, the defense, in their defense. But after that loss to Aston Villa, they had their surge and they were leading. They were atop the league.
Remember, confidence goes quickly in football. And losing to Brighton the last time.
Yeah.
This is a mentality game. It will have a bearing on their side.
Okay, I think I'm seeing Chris now. It's all sorted out. Can we just go to Akure? Hello, Chris. How are you?
Hello, Ken.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
Okay. Okay, let's go straight. Let's go straight.
I'm doing good, and you?
Yeah, we are fine. We're fine. We're trying to reach you right there in Akure and get it off. But we know we have these challenges at times, so we are okay. We are okay with it. All right. But then what we want to do actually is now that we caught you, we want to go on a very, very short break, and when we come back, we shall take this interview. Okay, you're welcome back. You're welcome back. Let's hope right now we can have Chris on. Chris, are you okay now? Can we go on with this talk?
I'm okay. I can hear you.
All right. Okay. Okay. We are transporting ourselves to Akure now to join you. How is it like as you guys are preparing to take on this hot, fresh, and smoking Kwara United?
Well, we are preparing for it like every other game. No game is different. It's still 3 points at stake, and that's how we are seeing it. We understand that Kwara United, on their part, will be determined to do all they can to get one over us, because for the past seasons, going to about 7-8 years, if I'm not mistaken, they've not been able to get a better of us. And but for us, it's just another game. And we are ready to turn on this tide today, more so that we are playing at home.
Okay, Chris, you have been you have been with the team since for some time now, but this season has been a kind of a unique season because of the COVID restrictions. How many for the record purposes? How many fans are fans allowed? How many fans are allowed to watch the matches?
Fans are not allowed to watch our matches at home, although we have some people that have essential match day duty. The FA, the security, the journalists, these are the people that are allowed in. And even at that, we always try to keep the number within a certain level, not more than 50 in most cases. That's the combination of the FA personnel, the security personnel, the sport writers and all that. So it's been kind of strange for us, playing without the fans at the stands, but we just have to adapt to it, because at this point in time, safety is important, and we need to do everything we can to comply with the orders of the PTF on the, COVID-19 global pandemic. Okay.
All right, so right, you say they give you a allocation of 50, and by the time the two teams come in, plus the backroom staff and the fusion will be there, your 50 is already overshot. I understand.
What I mean by the 50 is that the 50 does not include the players and officials of both teams.
Okay.
The 50 is reserved for other individuals that have match day duties, like journalists, the security, the FA personnel. Yes.
Okay, of course, you are supposed to have a minimum number of. Okay, right now there's not much security because normally security are there for the fans. I know when they used to have a lot of fans, that is when the issue. But like you said, before you have the security men that are going to come in, the cameramen are going to come in, and other things. But it's okay. It's like you guys are formally they punish teams to play indoors without fans. I think that is why it is like it's like a level playing field for every team. But how was traveling like under this COVID-19 condition? How is it like traveling your teams, carrying your teams from place to place? Do you quarantine them? Do you take their test? How often do they do their test to make sure that the players are COVID free?
Well, I will be honest with you, we don't carry out the COVID-19 test routinely. But what we do on our own part is to always comply with the rules, social or physical distancing, and of course, avoiding handshake. The reality is that our football in Nigeria is a reflection of our society. It's going to be very, very difficult for us and probably for other teams to be carrying out COVID-19 tests before and after every game. But what we do is that once we conducted the test and it came true or it came back negatively, all we do is just to try and adopt the preventive measure that has been laid down by the PTF, the Sport Ministry, and as well the LMC. So what I can say, we are trying as much as possible to comply with the guidelines, the protocols now, particularly in area of social and physical distancing. We don't crowd our team bus, and our players and officials avoid unnecessary handshake, and we avoid crowded places. So that's how we've been coping with the COVID-19 restriction, and of course, what it has brought to be the new normal for us.
Okay. Your players and your technical crew, are they in camp, or they go to their homes and come on match training for training and so on match days, or you camp, or they are permanently camped?
Well, home matches like these, selected officials will stay in camp with the players. Among the selected officials, we have about 2 members of the coaching crew, and the medical team as well, and of course security, which is the job of our camp commandant, and also the welfare officer as well, to oversee the welfare of the players. As for other officials like me particularly, I don't really stay with the players in their camp when it's home game, though I do go there anytime I feel like, if I have any information or any interview or whatever, I go there and do that and come back home to spend some time with my family. So once it's a away game, definitely we have to be in the same location, in the same hotel and all that. But home games like this, the players that will make the match day roster will be in the hotel or in their camp, as the case may be, and some selected officials, we have to be there with them.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you a technical question because you are not a coach, but I know that most time, because you guys are always there when the coach give the instruction. By intuition, maybe most time you will still be able to coach the team because you hear what the coach wants to say when they are running and stuff like that. How prepared is your team against Kwara? Since the return of the cat, Kwara is not conceding. Your strikers, do you think your coach will be able to find a way to score Dila Yenugba in the goal for Kwara United?
Of course, we're ready. For us, like I've said earlier, the game against Kwara United is just like every other game. A lot have been said about Dele Ayenuba. I will respect him as a big goalkeeper who has kept for the national team, won the CAF Champions League before sojourning out of Nigeria and Africa. But like they say here in Nigeria, now the ball we keep at sea, go catch. So
wow.
For us, for us, it's not a big deal. Buffon, any goalkeeper, once we have our chance, we'll take it. And the strikers sure know how to hit the ball and where to place it, where the goalkeeper would definitely have no chance, or has no chance, So for us, it's not a big deal. It's not an issue to worry about that Dele Ayenuba is in goal for Kwara United. He's a keeper that we respect so much based on his record and reputation. But as well, we believe in our game. We believe in our strike force that we can penetrate any backman and, of course, any goalkeeper.
Okay, it's been fun. I know we had issues trying to set this up. Next time we won't get these challenges again. But let's just take it on that now. The ball where you see now the catch. I hope so. We'll get back to you soon. I'll still have you on this show. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me, Mr. Ken. He's a player.
All right. He said that the ball we keep us in the catch.
Amazing one, but I would have loved us to have gotten his take on what is happening in the NPFL this season. But
it's early days. They've just played it. This is week 9. They've just this that they are into, and I know the challenges, whether we like it or not, that they are going through. What I was trying to get that in each camp.
Yes.
I've got this testing. You understand? They are not testing.
not testing.
They are not testing.
But if you
I say, but they don't shake hands, don't embrace, keep to those safety protocols. That is what they are doing. But I mean, I think there is need, even if it is once in a month, if it is once in whatever, I think there is need for testing to be done. I know it is cost. The cost implications are also you have to take them into consideration.
Even if you look at the testings, the numbers in the country too is not.
Because you get the numbers according to the test. You cannot test 5 and get 10 and get 10 positives. Yeah, sure you understand. It's a percentage of the number of tests that you do.
They release the number of tests over time. They've carried out so this is positive and all. But whatever it is, let everybody stay safe. That's the most important thing. And at least we've not heard that any football player in the NPFL has caught COVID.
They are not tested.
They've not told us any has COVID.
Okay,
so the
they are fit. So let's see the fixtures of the NPFL. I have the yesterday, like we said, Tosi Omoyele scored those two lovely goals in the 27th and 30th minute, while Moses Effiong, got his own goal in the 67th minute.
Dakada FC versus Abia Warriors today. Akwa United versus Castina United. Rangers International versus Warri Wolves. Sunshine Stars versus Kwara United.
You can say about Dakada and Akwa at home because they want to show you that those are the matches that will be.
Lobby Stars versus Wiki
Tourist.
Good to see Wiki back. MFM versus Heartland FC. Jigawa Golden Stars versus Adamawa United.
Okay. So those are the fixtures, and like we said yesterday, if we can see the table, if we can get the table for now, Enyimba, they were on top, and right now just add extra 3 points to their goal, and then right there they are number 1 at the right there. Kwara, I think Kwara is number 3. Rangers, they are all up there, and. We just was talking with Chris Okunoa of Sunshine Stars. Sunshine Stars are doing well. They went to Dakada and won away. Kwara has also won away. We'll compile all these things. We're looking at them. We're looking at the level playing field. Probably the absence of fans who normally intimidate the referees, intimidate opposing players. Is it part of what is creating this level playing field? And also, will the referees also open their games or whatever?
I think credit must go to Nigerian referees because... Even with or without fans, if they want to be subjected under pressure to change the trajectory of a match, they can't do that. They have stood their grounds and they have officiated in the manner that it should be officiated. And credit goes to Nigerian Referee Association. When they do well, we praise them. When they don't do well, we hit them.
Okay. They say credit goes down. Now, if they do well, we say thank you. If you don't, now, we'll come and let you understand that guy. All these 97th minute penalty. That you don't go and do an Everton at Old Trafford because you guys might not work out of that. But that is the team where the fans are there. A lot of them they are afraid. The fans might if it's at some point in our league, and then an away team equalizes in the last minute or
it's wild. Even in England, it used to be like that. But over time, sensitization and growth.
There are certain fans. There are certain fans in England that are known.
I know they give them stadium bans. They still issue stadium bans to fans. I'm sure if
Liverpool is playing Millwall, my guy don't count it out of your calendar. There are teams like that. Okay, so. We talked about also, like I said, we talked about the Edo 2020, like we said, 7 days from now. It's starting on the 14th. And then we'll give you that clip of the governor saying, look, we don't have funds. We are ready. In every ramification, we are ready. We have already put these things in place before now, but we are ready. And then the minister tweeted, if we can get the minister's tweet, when he's saying, yes, that is the minister's tweet.
The NSF is again right around the corner. National Sports Festival is again right around the corner. Edo 2020 is mindful of the issues around COVID-19 second wave and funds. Up to speed on the COVID-19 protocols, we are sojourning on to deliver on the festival. We have approached the federal government for financial support. We await a feedback.
Yeah. So they said there are 2 things here. They've listened to the governor, and then they've approached the federal government.
Yes.
But they also said, he said, Edo 2020 is mindful of the issues around COVID-19, second wave and funds.
Yes.
So second wave funds, 2 issues.
So the second wave they need to deal with. Mostly very, very important.
Yeah.
They need to deal with the second wave because COVID-19 is very real and people are dying from COVID-19. They need to sort that out. Then the funding, which is
7 days now, they're still waiting for response. The federal government has not responded.
Well, hopefully, tomorrow is Monday. Hopefully, we'll get a feedback from the federal government. You know, I'm sure the protocols and needs and presidential approval here.
How much they need, how much is available,
yes, so
and stuff like that.
Those things, and let's know that federal government does not owe them any money. They undertook to host the event. So this is not like they are not holding them under ransom because they undertook to host the event. So they are mainly giving subventions to support them, help them host the festival.
That is, you see, exactly what you said. That is part of the reason why they are hosting.
Yes.
When the games were conceptualized, they said, look, it's an opportunity for us to showcase our culture and for you to put infrastructure in place. And this is what we want to draw attention to the state governors and the state governments and even the local governments and the rest of them all. We watch March Madness, and it is college basketball. And I tell you, the facilities in those places are amazing. I tell you, they are amazing. If the state's government, if in every year, probably you say, okay, fine, let us put about 2, sport facilities
maybe
of
volleyball court
in
or
one place,
make it
standard.
Yes,
that if it is volleyball, we have it in. This is what we did. But by the time a government has, maybe every quarter, you say, in our projects, in sport, what are we doing? Put it in the school. That is where the students need it.
Exactly.
That they can converge. You understand? They can even having a volleyball thing in all the states coming around to use a particular thing. So basically, we don't wait until when it is here before.
I know what has changed. Yeah. I went to a state secondary school. We had volleyball courts, handball court, lawn tennis court, table tennis court in school. But hardly do you find those things anymore.
Because as time goes on, there is facility management is poor. Normally, by the time you say we want to put this in place, you also make available funds for maintenance that will run. But when you leave it and becomes dilapidated, become out of form, how do it become a major repair? As if you want to now
do a new one.
That is the thing. So basically, I think we should try as much as possible to put this thing in place. Those who want to host after a do, what do you do? How have you prepared? What are the facilities you had? We had the issue with Cross River that for over 7 years, we were waiting for Cross River to host. And then at the end of the day, even at a point, we were asking them, host with Akwa Ibom. They said, no, we're not hosting. It took the former minister to take their games to Abuja, and they let us get it. After 2012, there was nothing done. So basically, if we cannot host, then let's have championship and get it be done. But let's hope that within the next few days, federal government responds, and that response is positive. That is because they are sort of response. Okay, we've had you, but there is no money. Are you getting me? So basically, let's hope the government have money so that at least who have been training, who have been in camp in Arena 6.
They need to find intervention fund for the National Sports Festival to go because this game fosters unity. It brings Nigerians from every state together. It gives everybody a sense of belonging. The competitive edge of the game, the unity it brings cannot be compared to the monetary value or something. They should find funds for the National Sports Festival.
But if the funds are not there,
it's there.
They should find it.
Okay,
I think we can. If it is possible, we can take some calls. We can take some calls. Let us get you Edo 2020. We find out what they are having the challenges. Like we said, it has to do with funds.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we're listening, but you are barely audible.
Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me?
All right. Okay, I think it's a bit better. Go on.
Okay. And for if dog bites man, not lose. For if man back dog.
The line isn't clear.
I think the line isn't clear, and probably maybe we'll see if our own end to probably inside within the studio we can also up the volume and see how the next call. Ruben, try and call back. We'd like hearing from you, and then I hope when you call back you spare Arsenal a little bit today. Okay. So basically, we've been talking about the National Sport Festival, and then you've just seen there in Australia that the guys are ready for the first Grand Slam of the year. First Grand Slam of the year. So let us see. Let's see if we can talk a little bit of basketball and see the draws were made, and let's see where Nigeria is. The Tigress in that zone. Okay, let's go to Ruben. Ruben is back. Hello, Ruben.
Okay, Mr. Ken, good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, Obon, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ruben.
Obon, why are you struggling with answering questions from Mr. Ken now? It's not good now. And they ask you a question about Arsenal, you seem to be lamenting or struggling. I don't know what's happening.
Ruben, I thought you were going to spare him when you called. Ruben, when we saw that you were the one that is calling, the guy Liverpool failed now.
They say if dog bite man, not be news. But if man bite dog, na news. Aston Villa. Wow.
He said, if dog bite gets man, not be news. But if gets man bite dog, not news.
Mr. Ken.
Yeah.
You see. So,
wait, what is it, Ruben? I'm listening.
So, see, I want to tell you something about our football. See, the way you talk about this English Premiership, I'm so happy about it. But you can see that this is the same thing we should be doing with the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Yeah.
Now we cannot follow the players. We don't know their names. All like that, we used to know Ahmed Musa, Yama, and the rest of them. This is because of sponsorship rights and all that. I am suggesting, I'm of the opinion that if the big media house, we cannot get Super Sport to broadcast this football live, this big media house will have NTA 24. Let them come together. Different media houses can show different matches. If they put things right, we can choose which one to watch. If it's Warrior Wolf, if it's Kwara United, I will begin to follow the names of the players and know them. It's easier.
Yeah.
I think that we are really suffering. In Nigeria, everything, we virtually pray for everything. We want water, we pray for water. We want football sponsorship, we pray for. I don't know. I don't know when we stop praying for everything and do the needful. You understand? It's alarming and it's painful.
Yeah, if you followed my intro,
Ronaldo's goal yesterday
yes,
was just too superb.
Ronaldo played yesterday. And like we said, Tosin Mwale also played yesterday, and he scored 2 goals in that match for Imba. You remember? I said so. And Effiong Moses was the guy who equalized. Who scored the lone goal for Plateau United in that same match. So we are trying to give it to you, and you can also look at if you listen to my discussions with Chris Okunoa. We also talked about the return of Dele Ayenuba into our league, and that is what we are saying, that if they come in, probably they will renew interest and they will start like you said, mentioning the names of the stars, because if you don't build the name of the stars, you don't build the league.
I think the management of our league can, sincerely, because when Ruben was talking, some thoughts came into my head. I think if the management of our league can have some form of partnership with Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, they're under an umbrella. Like if there's a match in Nnewi, there's an NTA in Oka, they can broadcast they can just drive down from Oka to Nnewi and broadcast the matches, and other stations hook up. If there's a match in Jos, there should be a TV station in Jos that can broadcast, and every other station hooks up on the other to save the cost of moving equipment and broadcasting equipment from one state to the other. I think if this can be achieved, our matches can be on TV, because for the Nigerian league to grow, they need to get the fans. The fans need to know about the league. They need to follow this league the way they follow the English Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, and the Serie A. They can have a partnership with Bond and make this happen. The most closer TV station, if they don't have equipment, they know how to support them to get the broadcasting equipment. Then other stations can hook up and broadcast our league.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
how are you?
Thanks very much. I appreciate the way you tell the Nubian officer. You say the way you. In fact, if I see wine now, I can get you wine, because you tell him that the iron one. Well, right there, Kwara United will collect this league. I was there. I was in MFM match. I was there since 2 o'clock. Let me just tell you. Since 2 o'clock. The moment the Chelsea finished match, I went there. and I see the game of Kwara United.
Yes.
We call it Besile Kogba. Yoruba, they will tell you that one. I know the sorry, Afghan. They will tell you Besile Kogba. People will understand my language. You will know what I'm saying. I don't want to translate it because you will go and find it. What is the meaning of Besile Kogba? At any matches, any game like that, no team can win that. They rob us in 3-0 in River.
I got it, robbery. They give you three. I say it's robbery. Is on.
Red card. Two
Okay.
red card for a team like that.
Okay.
They win. After you, so don't worry. By the grace of God.
By the grace of God, you guys will do well. So, what do you think will happen today in Akure?
Well, today in Akure, if they play goalless, it's a lucky.
Okay, but you are not going to concede. All right, thank you. Owo is a Kwara United fan. He also supports Chelsea. And they keep this thing. When they call, you know where they are going to. You know, so the return of Dela Yenuba.
Good one.
Yes.
I wish I can watch him play again.
13 years in
after.
Israel. And he's back into the country, and he's galvanizing Kwara United.
Because he's seen it all. He's done it on the national stage, done it outside the country. Come back to inspire another generation.
Yeah.
What comment? I love what he did. Welcome back to the league.
Welcome back.
We need all
to
the quality we can.
Okay, we need all the quality we have. If they can come back, I welcome them. Most of this time, like I was saying, probably before he came in, there were a lot of discussions and maybe up to the highest level there.
I'm sure the governor must have intervened.
Exactly.
As well.
And we're talking about highest level, which there can be higher level than that over there, and get those things done. Okay, you are welcome back. The lines are still open. It is still 24 hours to Australian Open, 7 days to Edo 2020, and I tell you, 165 days. 165 days to the Olympics, Tokyo 2020. We are kind of mark them in your calendar. This time you have been traveling formally. Well, I said, okay, let me book some tourists, whatever it is. But I'm not even sure that the cities will accommodate all the qualifiers, all the teams that have qualified. You understand? All these are qualified. I don't know if they can also take them, because I'm even hearing that I know my friends in rugby are already crying that they say for the Edo 2020 that it is just one team that is going to come from each zone. Formerly, I think they were having about two teams from each zone. But now for the Edo 2020, they've told them rugby we can only take a team from each zone, which is about 6 teams that will take part. But then nobody hates you for all this. I know how inconveniencing, I know how disappointing after practicing, after qualifying, and somebody said you cannot go there. But like we said, you have to be alive for me to be alive. I have to be alive for you to be alive. The same thing as myself and Obuma in here. That's what we're doing. All right, Kazim. Hello.
Hello, how are you, Ken?
Fine, Kazim. How are you doing?
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
I just want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, is the Edo 2020 still going to go ahead?
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. As we speak, it will still go ahead. There is no news of postponement. They are waiting for extra, if the government support fund from the federal government. And then the minister has said, we have taken your message to the federal government and we hope to get something. So as at now, they are waiting for a response from the federal government to see if they can support Edo with funds so that it will go on.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Kazim. Okay, let's go to the basketball. Let's talk about the Tigress. The Tigress are one of those Nigerian teams that have been up from there, making us well, making us happy, qualifying for the World Championship, qualifying for the Olympics, and even being African champion. It is not just making up the number. There are some teams that make up the number. I'm not here today to mention any team that they'll be going for a compete every time they qualify and they don't win. You understand?
I don't understand.
Nothing will make me say something like that. But the Tigers, when they go for a competition, you are sure that they are going to win. When they represent Nigeria.
But you see this particular one. You see this one. Jungle has matured.
Jungle has matured. Going to the Olympics. Can we have the fixtures, please? Can we have the draws? If it is ready, these are the draws. That is it. Group
A has Korea, Serbia, and Canada and Spain.
How do they? Okay, this
very easy. Group B: Nigeria, Japan, France, United States of America. Group C: Australia, Puerto Rico, China, and Belgium.
Why we would have been in Group C.
They should have even shared US to one, France one, and left Japan for us. How can they do this?
Japan is host and number 10 in the world. France is number 5 in the world. USA, 6-time defending champion. Going for the
see the lines. USA, Australia, Spain, Canada, France, Belgium. Nigeria is 14.
We are 14. These are the rankings there, and you can see USA right there at top.
Okay. We'll be needing more than Dama Miracle to come out.
Qualifying. You know, these are the top 12 teams in the world.
Yes.
We are ranked 14th, and we are already there. And I tell you, I know the matches with USA in the first my matches we had for them has not been also been easy for them.
Exactly, but they've always come tops.
So let us see what is going to happen. The girls are, I think they entered camp on the 31st, which was last week Sunday. Yes. They went to Atlanta. They are in camp, and they will train for 10 days. And after then, they will go back to their respective clubs. Yes. And I tell you, these are the Tigress. When they enter, they forget ranking. I'm with this team. Okay, all right. And this is what FIBA said. All right.
Our US basketball are gunning for a 7th consecutive goal this summer in Tokyo 2020, and there aren't many pundits that will be betting against them.
Can you bet against them?
That means we have waved the white flag.
This is FIBA, but this is not fair. These are the organizers. These are the organizers of the event.
At some point,
okay,
Roland from Germany.
Roland, let's go to Germany. Roland, how are you? Hello, Roland.
I'm fine, and you?
We are okay here in Nigeria. We are fine.
It's very cold here in Germany. A lot of snow is falling.
Yeah, Bele. And you are indoors, I suppose. So,
can I have my question now?
Go ahead. I'm not wearing gloves. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, if the federal government of Nigeria pay on their own part to support or assist the Edo State governor for this Edo 2020.
Yeah.
So will the tournament still hold, or I don't know?
Yes, it will hold
for Edo State to raise money for this Edo 2020. That is my question. Thank you.
Yes, it will hold. After your call now, I wonder if my producer can, if they can just get that clip back where the governor said they are ready to host all that. Yeah, all that's holding them is the fund. Let's see if we can get that, Roland, so that you will hear from him, and then you will see. You saw the minister's tweet saying we have asked. Let us see if we can get it, if it is ready. When we get it, you will hear him. They will look for it, and then we used it. We brought it to you last week, where the governor is saying so, and I hope we'll bring it to you again, so all of you will hear the voice of the governor saying we are ready. And when the funds come from the federal government, there is. I mean,
on the alternative, governors sending out their contingent to Edo State, please. Fund the team well.
Okay.
Very important.
Yes. On this show too, we also brought you the news that Leon Spinks, the world of boxing, lost Leon Spinks. Earlier today. So it is.
I guess yesterday.
Yes, yesterday going in.
And Coach Joe Rico, and I don't know what boys and Wanko, but they've both been laid to rest at some point this week.
That is Spinks. Spinks fought Muhammad Ali. He fought Muhammad Ali in 1978 to be that was February the 15th, the 8th of February. This guy only fought 7 fights. 7.
Only 7.
Only 7 fights. He won 6 and drew 1. Of course, he won the Olympic gold in Montreal in 1976, 2 years earlier. And Muhammad Ali just took him and said, look, this one is not going to go to anywhere. I mean, let me just enjoy myself. He was not training. He was just going there. And I tell you, and they thought this boy is going to tire. But I tell you, he took Muhammad Ali to 15 rounds, and won the heavyweight champion. He became the heavyweight champion of the world. In his 8th professional fight.
Just 8.
8. In his 8th, that was his 8th professional fight. He didn't beat the great one. Muhammad Ali, he won on a split decision. But Muhammad Ali came back for a rematch. And I tell you, it didn't allow you to touch him.
Should we use our language?
No, it was not Igbo.
It
was not Igbo. And I tell you this, okay.
Management, staff, coaches, and players in pain as one of the foundation members of the club. Mwabeze Nwankwo Bulldozer is committed to Mother Earth today in Enugu, Anambra State. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, that is from Rangers International.
I thought also with his family.
Yes, he was buried during the week. The great Jericho was also buried during the week. We paid tribute to him here in the week before last, the Sunday before the last. So basically, we pray that may the Lord bless, their soul.
And comfort their families.
That is where we end the show today.
It's happening today. Manchester City, Liverpool. It's going to be a cracker.
At Anfield. Okay. He said it's happening at Anfield, but it's also happening. I'm going to be watching what is happening at Akure when Sunshine Stars take on, yes, Kwara United with Dele Ainuba on goal. It is Channel Sport on Sunday. Stay blessed.